Besties, it is your girl Creole Barbie here alongside with
Erica.
And today we are moving the mail with episode 9. So because we're moving the mail today, you guys, I'm going to get right into it. Alright, so I want to ask you a few questions, Miracle. Now, the first question I want to ask you is because you know it is election season.
Yes.
And pretty soon we'll be handling a lot of political mail. So I want to ask you this question. What are the important roles that mail processors play during the election time?
Most importantly, we are the mail processors. We process the mail in the machines. So when it's not worked in the machines, it is delayed.
Absolutely. Right. So what I really want a lot of people to know is this, is that there's a lot of people who are just working the election season for the first time.
Oh yeah,
so like this would be something new for them.
It gets pretty hectic.
And very intense.
Yeah.
Now, you have to always, when you see the political mail, you have to process that first.
Yeah.
That's number one. Also, these ballots, you have to be sure to handle them with proper care.
That's true.
You have to be able to make sure when you have your political campaign ads, it has to be processed. Now, typically at times when you're running standard mail, we see it as flutters and we can send it upstairs to flat sorter machines. But these times are crucial.
Yeah.
They want anything that has a campaign ad for political purposes to actually be processed through the machines. It has to get to where it needs to go. Be sure to understand that postal inspectors are going to be there.
Yes. During election time.
And they check the trash to make sure we're not throwing away any type of ballots or political mail.
Yeah.
It's crucial. These are the times that you can actually have your job on the line. So do what's necessary. What are some things that you would like to see that happen during this year's election season at the USPS?
I say come to work because I feel like the workload is pretty heavy. I noticed that during election time, a lot of people don't come to work. Right. Why is that?
Definitely come to work.
Definitely come to work because they're going to be offering so much overtime.
I mean, overtime.
Like you can clean house.
Yes, you definitely clean house during this year's election. So you guys keep this in mind. How do you survive working 12 hours a day or 60 hours a week at USPS during these times?
Make sure that you're staying on top of your breaks. Take your breaks, y'all. I cannot say this enough. Make sure you're taking care of your health, you staying hydrated. Make sure you're eating something. Even working 12-hour day, that's a half of a day anyway that's already gone that you spent at work. Just make sure that y'all taking care of y'all's health so that you're able to properly maintain that time. If you can't, go home. It's not that serious.
Right.
We don't want you hurting yourself.
No, because they do not like when you hurt yourself. Literally. Yeah. That can cause a whole cluster of chaos, especially with PSC.
Yeah.
I remember when our supervisor said, if you are PSC, you come in these doors and you hurt yourself, I have the right to fire you.
Yeah.
So
did y'all hear that?
In mind, you guys.
Yep.
Why does management feel invincible?
I don't know. What do you think? I never thought about that question.
Well, I feel like the reason why management do the things they do because number one, no one holds them accountable for their actions.
Oh yeah. So even the MDOs and stuff, they know that the supervisors are not properly handling the situation correctly. So they get away with a lot of stuff. And now I see why you asked that question, why they feel invincible. That's why. And
also, I feel like even when you're filing EEOs, sometimes these EEOs aren't being addressed.
They're not.
It has to be a numerous amount of people that are complaining.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to actually share some things you can do if you feel like you have a manager or supervisor at your facility that feels as if they are invincible.
Yeah.
Some of the things that people need to do is come together.
Yeah.
By actually having everyone sign a form or petition. Do they have an issue with this supervisor? How does this supervisor affect them in whatever way? If so, have your name signed and pass it around your entire unit or even the entirety of the floor if you have to.
Yeah.
Also, have a supervisor go machine to machine or person to person and have them sign these papers.
That's right.
This paper.
Keep a paper trail, y'all.
Now, once this paper is signed, you're going to hand this paper over to your lead MDO. that puts them on the spot to address the issue.
Yeah.
Because when having these type of situations, it's better to have a large amount of people than just one person.
Yeah.
One person can't do it, but if everyone stands up and actually push this issue,
they'll take action.
It has to be addressed.
It will be addressed. Correct.
Now, later on, I'll tell you guys how you can actually file certain grievances. I'm becoming supervisor grievance with the union.
Right.
Where you have to actually go in and tell them about this situation, and they'll actually have a step 1, step 2 to see if it can get resolved. And sometimes acting supervisors actually get relocated to a different part of the area.
A different unit because of their behaviors.
Right.
Yeah.
Unbecoming behavior. Unbecoming supervisor behavior. It's important. Transferring out of state. What are some things for individuals to keep in mind when considering putting in transfers out of state?
I got the number 1 answer for that. Yeah, it's all cool that you get to transfer and move away and get a new position. However, transferring, you have to make sure that the job that you're actually applying for is even available. So it's kind of like still bidding. And keep in mind, guys, when you transfer, seniority drops tremendously. You do not get the same seniority you had working, for instance, where we are now. If you leave here and go to Texas, when you go to Texas, your seniority starts completely over. So it's like starting baby stages again.
It's important that you guys pay attention to what she just said, because it is true. Because if you keep your same seniority, and that happened with someone here, they later on went ahead and changed it, but individuals were filing grievances on that clerk,
right? Because
she transferred. And another thing is, before you can even transfer, is to maintain a stable attendance.
Yeah.
You have to be in acceptable attendance in order to even get a transfer sent out.
Which I think is crazy, because they really shouldn't base a transfer off of attendance. Because here's a perfect example. What if somebody had an emergency and they had to leave? Like a family member's in need. They need their help. You'll say, well, according to your attendance, I don't always agree with that part, but that is a requirement. She's right.
And it doesn't happen overnight. Some transfers can take up to a year.
Yeah. So a long time, y'all.
Keep that in mind, you guys. I think I would just save the money. That way, when it's time to go ahead and make that transition, when they tell me it's time to go, I'm already going into that next phase without having any financial hassles and things like that. So just stay on top of your game, but always save the money first.
Okay, correct. That was some good points, sis.
Alright, you guys, so that will end Moving the Mail with Miracle on episode 9, baby. Comment in the comment section below if you guys like this type of content. If you have any questions that you want to have featured in this next upcoming video with 10 and 11, please let me know.
That's right.
Alright. In the meantime, you guys, be sure to subscribe to our channels if you hadn't done so already, to stay connected with us. This is Creole Barbie alongside with
Miracle,
and we're signing out.
Bye.